for playing with the whip is a backlash. Now, David, you had some lovely words for us last night. They were kind of those combinations. Reduplicatives?
Oh, well
Have I
done.
got the
That's
right word there? Things like harem-scarum and airy-fairy, but where are you going to take us after that?
I'm continuing with that theme slightly, but looking at a phrase that means a mixture or a jumble, and that is hodgepodge. Now, hodgepodge is a variant of hotchpotch, and hotchpotch derives from hotchpot. Drop that last CH. And hotchpot is quite a strange and quaint legal term, and it's the jumble of assets, real and personal, that will occur if someone is dying without a will and incapable of notarising a will. Then it's authorised by the estate for the lawyers to put together the assets and divide them evenly amongst the heirs.
Wow, that really is a bit of a tangled background.
It is tangled, and it actually comes from a French word as well, or the French borrows from this idea. It's their word for ragout, which is a stew. Now, another word, if you can follow this, another word for medley is potpourri, and that's actually usually a sort of blend of spices and petals that can add fragrance to a house. Now, potpourri, again, relates to this idea of stew. It is literally a translation of a Spanish phrase, olla podrida, which means a rotten pot. And that's essentially all the leftovers and sort of pieces of meat and vegetable that have been lying around thrown into that one stew. So I think it's gorgeous that in two words that mean medley or mixture, we've actually got three languages. That's English, French and Spanish.
And it's all bubbled up and it's produced some lovely words. Thank you very much, David.
Pleasure.
Let's have a look at our scores. Samuel is on 7 points, Brian is on 12, and we're moving into our next letters game for tonight. And Brian, this time, you to choose, please.
Could I have a consonant, please, Lily?
Thanks, Brian. D.
And a vowel.
E.
And another vowel.
I.
And a consonant, please.
M.
And another consonant.
Y.
And a vowel, please.
E.
And another consonant.
R.
And another one.
B.
And a vowel, please.
And last letter, O.
And your time starts now.
Then release the dead man's head. Jump both vowels and tighten any leaking connections. If the leak...
Now, Brian, you chose those letters very carefully that time around. How did they work for you?
Just 5.
Just 5. Samuel?
7.
7 for you. What was your 5, please, Brian?
It was rhymed.
Could you spell that for us, please?
R-I-M-E-D.
Rhymed. And Samuel, yours?
Bromide.
Bromide. Very nice, David.
Beautiful word. Well done, Samuel. Bromide, this is dating back to the sort of early days of typesetting with newspapers when it was all done by hand. It's a photosensitive piece of paper. Comes from bromine, which is Greek for stench, because it really does. It's the opposite of a potpourri, if you like. A great 7. Well played, and the best that I could find too.
Very nice work from Samuel. Another 7 points. Let's experiment with a few more letters now, and this time, Samuel, what would you like?
Can I start with a consonant, please, Lily?
Thanks, Samuel. C.
And another, thanks.
D.
And another.
R.
And a vowel, thanks.
I.
And another.
E.
And another.
A.
And a consonant, thanks.
S.
And another.
H.
And one more consonant, please.
And last letter, S.
Thank you, Lily. I'll start the clock. go with that mix, Samuel?
6, Richard.
6 that time around. Brian, what about you?
8.
8?
8.
Excellent. Well, we'll look forward to that. Your 6 first, Samuel.
Shears.
And your 8, Brian.
Radishes.
Now, there's a fine vegetable. A little bit of bite. a bit of bite to Brian's score there.
A bit of bite. In fact, we had wasabi earlier in the week, and that is derived from Japanese horseradish. And suddenly, we have the mother lode, radishes. That's actually a lovely 8. Well played, Brian.
Did you come up with anything better?
Cashiers is another possible 8, but I think radishes is a whole lot bitier.
Beautiful score from Brian, 8 points. That means Samuel's on 14, Brian now on 20. I think it's time for our second Friday night numbers game. And Brian, this time, what combinations would you like?
Thank you, Richard. I'll have 4 small and 2 large, please, Lily.
4 small and 2 large.
Please.
Thanks, Brian. And our numbers are 1, 5, 2, 4, and the 2 large, 25 and 50. And the target number is 711.
Thanks, Lily. Good luck reaching it. Well, Brian, how close did you get?
751, I think, nowhere near.
Oh, that's a little bit too far off for our scoring. So, Samuel, what about you?
Yes, nowhere near either.
Nowhere near either. Okay, well, nothing from Samuel or Brian in that round, Lily, but how did you go?
I managed to get to 711.
Okay, show us how you did it.
Okay, 50 plus 25 is 75. Now, 75 minus 4 is 71. 71 times 2 times 5, which is 10, is 710, plus the 1, 711.
Lovely work. A very elegant solution. Thank you very much, Lily. So, no extra score in that round for Samuel or Brian. That means Samuel's still on 14 and Brian is on 20 as we head into our next brief break and your final word mix for the week. It's rank biro, and the clue this time, metal wood. See you in a moment.